Get in, lads. The Get in Football podcast is back for episode. I don't even know actually what episode we're on. 16, episode 16. I'm only saying that because we haven't recorded it in like 3 weeks. It's been a minute. We just posted a video today of recording, probably yesterday, as of posting this about Lucas Paqueta and West Ham. It was just on Just Talking the whole time about it. So if you're interested, no, that's not a bad thing. But if you're interested in a West Ham fan's opinion on Lucas Paqueta betting allegations and whatnot, go ahead and check that out. Like I said, we haven't recorded in 3 weeks a full episode, so we're back. We're excited. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got USL content today. San Diego Loyal, which hits close to home for me. Mason Greenwood topics here. We got Ballon d'Ors coming up, so we're going to talk about some Ballon d'Or predictions and what we think and whatnot. We're all watching the Chelsea Luton game right now, so hopefully we're all.
I have no place to hold up my phone to watch this game.
That's rough.
Hold on, I'm gonna use my computer. There we go.
But we got a lot of good topics right now. They're walking out with the ball. So if you're interested in any of those topics, make sure to stick around. If you would like to listen to them later on their own individual video, please do, because we'll post them later on this week, during this weekend as well. Make sure to subscribe for that, so you can go ahead and listen and watch those videos on their own. Make sure to like this video if you like it, like the topics. Make sure to comment anything else you want us to talk about. We have a little segment later also that we're debuting for the first time, which is on Dress's idea, which I'm very excited about. But we'll bring it about. I don't know if Diego even knows about it, to be honest. I don't know if he read the group chat.
Doesn't read the group chat.
Hey, save it for later. Save it for later.
Okay.
All you gotta say is yes or no. That's all.
Well, I don't know if that's what you guys are talking about.
It is what we're talking about.
It is.
Well, we'll get to it later. We'll make it known. So let's get the video started. Let's get the episode started. Episode 16. We're gonna start with San Diego Loyal. Context: as of I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Yesterday. Yeah.
One of the owners of or I think board members or whatnot of San Diego Loyal, which is a USL team in San Diego, officially announced that they are going to be disbanding after this season, which is their fourth and obviously final season now. They will be disbanding. Unfortunately, controversially, comes at the time like a month or two later after San Diego announced their MLS team was going to be coming to the city. But it's a big shock. It's a bit unfortunate. We've been trying to go to a game all season, just timing wise it hasn't worked out. So we're considering trying to go to the last home game. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see us go there, but we might do that. But it's just the whole thing. It's unfortunate. Sad to say the least. Interesting outlook on American soccer, but we're here to talk about it. Initial thoughts. Give me your initial thoughts.
It's weird timing, no? Like the announcement of the MLS team, and then now them disbanding. It's a bit sus if you ask me. They said the reason why they're disbanding is they couldn't find an official home field. They looked everywhere from Oceanside all the way down to the border of Mexico, and they couldn't find anything, which is sad, but I feel like it's kind of hard to believe, but in the sense that there's so many stadiums, you think they would at least be able to lock down something, like a college stadium of some sort, no? But I guess they couldn't, and they have to disband because of it. To me, it's just weird timing, because, the MLS announces their team, San Diego Loyal put out a statement saying that they do not agree with this, and, they're against it, and then a couple months later, they're disbanding because they couldn't find a home field. And you're telling me no university in the San Diego area was willing to rent out their field for a professional football team. I find that hard to believe. Or like I guess they maybe it was too expensive. I don't know, but I mean they're a good side, and I think they were profiting, no, because they had some pretty good sponsorships going. They had Rocket League at one point. So
playoffs, I know at least.
Yeah, they're in 8th right now, I believe, in the USL Championship. So they are in a playoff spot. It's sad to see though, because they're a local California team, and now they're going to be gone and be replaced with an MLS team. But I feel like it's sus. There's more to it, I believe. There's more to it. I think the plot is thickening. Will probably be released later on, personally.
Yeah, I think it's hard to disagree with that. Even if it isn't directly, if the reason, which I find hard to believe, if the reason is really solely the stadium and lack of finding a stadium, then okay, but I really don't think it is. I think, unfortunately, MLS bringing a franchise to San Diego means it's a lose-lose. It's a win for them, lose for San Diego Low, no matter what. They're going to be losing profit. People are going to go start following the MLS team. I find it interesting that this comes a little bit after the promotion relegation idea. We haven't recorded in a while, so we don't even know where that's at. But what it's being brought about, like, unfortunate because maybe if there wasn't a stadium or anything, like, profits to be made, you could be relegated. You could self-relegate or something like that if there, but we don't know if that's happening anymore. But it's a whole thing. It's unfortunate because I think it's really is an outlook on American soccer as a whole. San Diego Low came first. They've only been around for 4 years, and for them to have to disband this soon, because of an MLS team coming, is very sad. And I think it's, in my opinion, really proves that the MLS is kind of ruining the sport in America. Yeah, I think it's hard to say. It's hard to say not.
Do you think they'll come back maybe later down the road and they'll be like, "Hey, we're back"?
I think it'd be really hard. It's really hard for me to imagine that, especially after San Diego or FC San Diego or whatever they're called will be in place. They're gonna have their fan base. They're gonna have their setup. They're gonna have their stadium. It's gonna be really hard for another professional team that isn't even on the same level because not the same league. I think it's gonna be really hard for them to come back and actually make a profit on it. It's possible, but it's just very unlikely, and it's sad because I really wanted to be a supporter. I really wanted to go be loyal, but MLS,
I'll have to buy a kit. Their blue one's nice. I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna want to buy it. Diego, your initial thoughts on the disbanding of the club?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know they did until you guys texted about it. And I'll be honest, I don't know what team is replacing them.
We're calling Aaron in substitution.
So what team is replacing them? What MLS team?
What?
You said
what
the San Diego, or the San Diego team.
What about it? Yeah, the MLS team is coming. The USL team is disbanding. It's the San Diego MLS team. There is a new franchise. It's an expansion team. We've talked about it before. No, what I think they do is like FC San Diego. We've talked about it on the podcast before.
All I know is I keep getting messages from the MLS and their little sponsored saying be there at Snapdragon Stadium for the San Diego MLS. And it's like,
I ain't gonna cap. That kind of slipped my mind.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well,
we're gonna talk about this, Diego. We're gonna talk. We need a meeting.
That's how you know we're back. That's how you know we're back. Is because Diego doesn't know what's happening.
I knew the other. You want to talk about Europe? Let's talk about Europe. But I don't know.
No, we're not there yet.
We're not talking about Europe yet.
We're not
talking about the states. Our state, California, specifically San Diego City.
American soccer.
Okay. It's a sad day.
All right.
Sad day. I think.
No, never mind. Every day, every time, I start talking.
Let him cook.
I start talking. I go to Andres because I know Andres knows something about the topic, and then I go to Diego hoping that he learned something within the 6 minutes of us talking. And then
just let him cook.
Guys,
let him cook.
I don't know what we're talking about.
It sounded bad. It sounded bad.
Shut the fuck up. Never mind.
Let him speak. Let him try and muster up some words here.
He already did.
No. Hold on. I got a speech here. It's whew, this is a tough day. This is a tough day for sports.
People are losing their jobs if you want to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like some mom went home yesterday, whenever it happened. Some mom went home, and she had to tell her kids, "I don't have a job." You know how sad that is? That's sad. That's tough.
I can't decide if this is staying in or not. I really can't decide if this is staying in or not.
This is sad. What? Why are you laughing? This is serious.
It's a sad day for football. A sad day for individual people's lives. It's funny purely because how Diego started, not the situation. It's just Diego's, the way he delivers it, he cracks me up. That's the only reason why I'm laughing.
It's every time. All right. Well, let us know your thoughts on the topic in the comment section below. We want to know, especially if you're a loyal fan, I want to know what you think. USL fan, MLS fan, American soccer fan in general, subscriber, anything. Aaron, you might be expecting a call or a text from us pretty soon because this guy, guy is letting us down week in, week out.
Welcome to the club, mate. Appreciate it. Welcome to the team.
We're gonna move on here. to something
Good
that they
idea. Yeah.
could probably figure out a little bit quicker.
Hopefully.
Something, I don't know. Let's hope. Let's see.
Yeah, I got
It
Ballon.
really shows
I
how
got
much he
Ballon.
checks the group chats and whatnot.
I
anyways.
checked. I saw you guys talking.
D-
I had like 40
anyways,
text
It'd be
messages.
nice if
I was
you
like,
responded.
Would
damn. You guys
be.
are having a great conversation.
It would be.
You guys are having a great, scintillating
Shut the
conversation.
fuck up.
Okay. Anyways. Big topic of discussion in over in Manchester United. Mason Greenwood recently officially being released by the club. Thank
I know
God.
this one.
Okay. Thank God. I feel like we're all in agreement there that he should be left. I think like 98% of the footballing world agreed that he should be gone.
Isn't that
Super-
hold on. That's the thing. Not hold on that he shouldn't. I agree with that. I'm saying that the club literally was gonna bring him back until they
keep
saw
him.
the fan backlash, which is bullshit. Like what the fuck?
Well, it wasn't
I don't
until I heard that some United employees were considering not necessarily stepping down, but striking. If they were to keep him, I know a lot of United fans too would have been pretty upset.
Yeah.
So it would be a lose-lose for everyone. There's no point keeping him, but they made the right decision in the end. It took too long to make that decision. He should have been gone once the pictures and videos were released back like literally a year ago. He should not have been with the club. Besides that, though, Mason Greenwood is obviously looking to start his career elsewhere. Unfortunately. Oh, it's a good save. Anyway,
in town, bud.
Doesn't matter. It's still a fucking Premier League game. Anyways,
That's the only thing I got looking forward to.
Okay. Can I be happy? I'm sorry. When you
see how I feel when that happens.
I don't care. When you rescue a draw against Luton Town and you're celebrating and shit, then I'm gonna say the same thing. Anyways, back to the Greenwood topic at hand. He's looking to start his career elsewhere. Rumors are coming out of maybe Turkey, Saudi Arabia, barely. I don't think he's going to Saudi Arabia, but they don't want him there for their public image, which is highly ironic.
Ronaldo doesn't want him there specifically.
Ronaldo doesn't want him there either. So we don't know where he's going to go next. But in terms of the international stage, he obviously represents England. He's represented them. I don't know if he's made a cap yet, but I know he represented them on the youth stage. But Jamaica, our friends over there in Jamaica, we love you all, are considering, the FAA at least, is considering offering him a one-time switch to represent them for their national team, which would be huge with what they've been doing recently with a number of players, and Mason Greenwood is the next on the list. But we're really making this part of the video because we have a lot of Jamaican subscribers from that one video. If you watch that video, I appreciate you. We love you. And I kind of want to know their opinion. I want to know if you guys think that Mason Greenwood should stay or should come over to the national team over there, what he should or shouldn't do. Let us know in the comments. Otherwise, what do we think? Do we think Jamaica should have let him? Do we think for him it's a good idea? Do we think he should just retire and fuck off?
That's a delicate way to put
Diego,
it.
Mason Greenwood was an academy player at United. Just so you know.
Okay. Actually, I saw a funny tweet.
Let's go Diego cook. Let's let Diego cook.
Yeah. First, before I get actually into it, so that's a funny tweet. I was trying to find it right now, but I couldn't find it. But Nigerians for some reason love Mason Greenwood. Like Nigerian fans for some reason love Mason Greenwood. And this one dude was on Twitter, he's like, when they announced he wasn't bringing back to United, so today's Nigeria's 9/11. Because it was a. Hey, that wasn't me. That was someone else's.
Don't blame the messenger. Don't blame the messenger.
I didn't say that shit. That was someone else, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. Anyways, I'm gonna keep talking now. So
yeah,
I think it's
yeah. Let us know what you think.
I think, well, obviously, I think the call to not bring him back was the right call.
The only call, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the fact that it took so long, and that they needed backlash was a little iffy, I don't know though. I think the fact that Jamaica offering him a whole ass opportunity for what? Just because of what? He's a good player? I think it's kind of bullshit.
And to be fair, we don't even know how good he is anymore because he hasn't played professionally.
That's true.
In over a year.
Over a year, yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So there's some videos from training and stuff. He does look a little rusty. I'm sure he can get back to his form, but I don't want him to. I think it is unfortunate that anyone is offering him an opportunity to play for them. In any way, shape, or form. Obviously, I think some teams, nations, clubs out there are looking at it more like of necessity for the player, not the reputation. They'd rather sacrifice their reputation than lose. So, um, you know, I understand it, but it sucks. It's stupid. It puts a halt on us buying Jamaica kits. We were all considering getting 3 Jamaica kits in honor of that one 10K view video. And now we don't know anymore.
It's a pause. It's a
It's
pause.
a pause. We're
pause
mulling.
the order. We pause
They're
the
kind
order.
of clean kits though. Like,
Dude,
They are
nice.
clean, but we gotta wait until the official decision has been made before we affiliate ourselves with Jamaica specifically. National team, not the country, just national team.
Sure. As a country and as the fan base, we love you guys. It's the FA that's we're questioning here a little bit. But as for our subscribers, we love you guys. You're amazing. I hope you're watching this video as well, and you like it as like if you do the first one. But do they really need it? No.
As a football player, Mason Greenwood is solid. He would add something to that Jamaican attack in the sense of would be an alternate to one of those front 3, obviously.
Yeah.
But from an outside, we take football aside, it's a horrible decision. Should never be given an opportunity again. Should just go work in the shops. I have no idea. Go work in the rail yard. I don't know.
I think I'm curious what I've asked Jamaican fans what they think, but I want to know what Jamaica players think. Because that's a huge thing. I mean, if I'm in a locker room and you bring this guy who we know abused his girlfriend. Diggo's gone. Diggo had a call to take. That we know has abused his girlfriend before. Why would I want him there? And then you don't want to play with him. You don't want to help him succeed. You know? So it's what's the point? You gotta look at it that way too. Because
yeah, I mean, I feel like Jamaica's federation is probably taking advantage of their Gold Cup performance and the hype of the team that they have. So they were like, you know what? We'll chuck our name in the hat. I mean, look, there's no bad publicity. There's only good publicity. So I mean, they're getting their name out there again, not in the greatest way, but nothing's set in stone. So we can't really bash on them for sure. But would Mason Greenwood take it? That's the question. Because
100%.
You think 100%. He would?
Oh, if you're not desperate as hell to get back into the footballing scene like he is, then you maybe not. But I guarantee he's desperate to get back playing, because if he gets the opportunity with the international team, then he could do something back in Europe or CONCACAF or wherever. Gets an opportunity. It gets his name out there again in a better light, especially if he succeeds over there. But I don't know. I don't think they should do it. I think they're again. It was just a rumor. We don't know if it's going to happen at all. We don't even know what's going to happen with him. Maybe he chooses to do something different. I don't know.
Maybe go to rehab. Maybe and learn not to hit women. That'd be good.
That'd be great.
I don't know because look, he said, I forgot where I saw this. Even the Twitter, you know how Twitter changes incorrect statements. He said, "Look, I've been fact checking." He went, "I've been cleared of all charges. I'm innocent." And then it's well, no. And then Twitter fact check
dropped the charges.
They were dropped the charges because the individual no longer wanted to continue the investigation.
Yeah,
that's probably because obviously because it's his girlfriend. Was it the girlfriend that dropped out? Right? Dropped out.
Oh, it might have been, but I know that it might have been. But regardless, a key witness dropped out.
A key witness, whoever it is, still had a personal connection with Mason Greenwood to a certain extent. Obviously, having to know the situation with his girlfriend or not, and you still, even though got abused or witnessed abuse, you still care about that person who was the abuser to a certain extent. So maybe try to save that Mason Greenwood to an extent. Because they care about him, but who really knows based on who dropped out. But he's not cleared of any charges. The investigation got dropped. So, but there's clear evidence that he did abuse. So I mean, he's done. He's just done.
Yeah,
that's something you can't come back from.
Yeah, definitely. Which is good. We've made it abundantly clear. The 3 of us don't want him back there.
Sorry. Elijah's peeking. You can see Elijah peek, and then
Enzo had a decent chance.
Enzo just hit the crossbar.
Hit the crossbar?
Yeah.
Oh, it clipped it. Did it?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't take skimmers here, though, on the Get in Football podcast. We only take absolute bangers off the crossbar. Yeah, he skimmed it. Unlucky. Anyways.
Oh well. So while we wait for David back, I'm just gonna do the fucking segment, but David's not
Gotta
back.
wait.
So we gotta wait for him.
I just to our viewers at home, I just want to say before we started recording, he said, "Oh yeah, I'll be able to record an episode, but I'm gonna have a phone call and it's gonna be real short. I just got to give him an answer."
Yeah.
It's now been, and he said it won't be a conversation. I think it has now turned into a conversation on that phone call.
It's okay. It's not a big deal. We'll when he comes back, is what it is.
I have nothing against Diego. I'm just giving him a hard time.
We're just
I just want to make that clear.
Aaron, though, be ready. Be ready.
Be ready.
Start swinging on deck. Get stretching. Start stretching. Start stretching. So let's talk about Andres' topic before he mentioned it before he wants to talk about. But Haaland, De Bruyne. De Bruyne is out injury left. I think it was the first Premier League game.
Yep.
On injury, unfortunately, and since then, Haaland's been doing okay, but he hasn't looked the greatest as last season. There's no doubts he will be great though. We're just mentioning that he hasn't been as good, but it's only been like a couple games.
It's only been 2, but I'm literally basing it off on
finals.
Yeah, 2 games. He looked decent in the first game against Burnley. He scored 2 goals, obviously. But the latest game, City as a whole struggled to score. Yeah. Haaland specifically, his touch was everywhere. Yeah, once again, it kind of overreacting a bit because, it's Haaland. We expect greatness from him every single game, but everyone's allowed to have a bad day. His touches were everywhere that day. His shooting boots were somewhere, probably in Norway. They were just everywhere. But
Raheem!
I just
want fucking goal.
I just want to say this man was dogging on Raheem Sterling like. He's been the first game of the season.
Until last game though. Against West Ham.
Last game he had Emerson he had Emerson in his pocket, and then in the second half Emerson had him in his pocket.
Well, even Antonio was saying like Raheem Sterling was unbelievable that game.
Yeah, he anytime I got the ball, I was like, well, shit. And then Emerson Emerson was like actually fair play. He did a lot better in that second half. He shut him down, I thought. But he got abysmal. Shout out to Moyes though for those tactical changes in the halftime because those were crucial. But yeah, it's actually a really good goal. Oh, I did. Stupid Luton Town. You're supposed to stay up, you numpties. But
Anyway, De Bruyne,
Haaland and De Bruyne. De Bruyne's gonna be out for a couple of months. They went after Lucas Paqueta basically to try and replace De Bruyne temporarily. Allegations fell through, the deal fell through, thankfully for West Ham fans. And now they're going after someone else to try and figure out the replacement. Yeah. But who's going to be able to win as well? The question? Oh yeah, Doku. What are they going to do to break those lines? Because it looked like they're struggling to break the lines with those crisp passing that De Bruyne gives the attacking players. Yeah. And I feel like Haaland will struggle because a lot of Haaland goals came from De Bruyne master classes of either passes to himself, getting the assist, or getting the play going. So it's going to be hard to see Haaland have the same production, but also it's hard to, come off the best scoring season ever in the Premier League history. He's back. So we're talking. So basically, we're talking about Haaland and De Bruyne and how De Bruyne's injury affects Haaland. Basically, is what we're talking about. Diego, give us your details because you said you want to talk about Europe. So go.
Is he frozen for you as well?
Oh, yes, he was.
There he is.
Go on and address you. I didn't catch.
Oh my god.
We're talking about how De Bruyne is gonna affect De Bruyne being out. Is it gonna affect Haaland or not? That's what we're talking about.
Yes, because Haaland is not a complete striker at this point in his career. And he's undeniably still has a lot of room to grow. I think his link up play you see flashes of it sometimes that are really, really good. But it could get better. His decision making and creativity could always get better. Obviously, his finishing is already probably as good as you want, especially on his left foot. But I think for sure he's gonna miss that delivery. Let's be honest though, it's not just Haaland. Any striker would miss that delivery that De Bruyne has. It's true. It's just any player. So yes, Haaland will miss it for sure because a lot of his goals were perfect for him. Because literally, De Bruyne could deliver even a somewhat good ball. And Haaland's just such a physical specimen that he can win that aerial battle. He can beat his first command to the post. Bro,
Yeah.
he is, man. You telling me a 6'4"
No,
Norwegian?
it's true. It's true.
He's
just
just
the
the
fastest
Norwegian
term.
blood, man. It's the Norwegian blood, bro.
Norwegian blood.
Natural.
He's super
Viking.
fast. He's super strong. Like, yeah, he's unbeatable. And if Holland has De Bruyne's, like, the delivery he's getting from De Bruyne was unmatched. But like I said, any striker would miss that. So undeniably, I just think it's a good time for Holland to like make his game more well-rounded. I think it'll be perfect to like really show like, yeah, I can do everything else. I don't just need you to feed me and for me to be a poacher. You know, I think I can show you I can be everything. And I think also let's mention Jeremy Doku real quick. That's joining soon.
Yeah.
I think it'd be perfect. Finally, a winger that's fast and skillful and will beat his man. Because Jack Grealish isn't that kind of winger; he's a different kind of winger. So Doku's that kind of guy.
He's the flopper.
I think he's a good
He'll
player.
win you free kicks.
But I think you'll see a lot of Doku beating his man, ball driven across the goalkeeper, and Holland's there for a tap in. I think we're going to see that a lot. I guarantee it.
I like that. It's a good way to. Yeah.
Great take.
No.
That was a great take.
No, for real.
Deep ball knowledge. What I say?
He knows.
He shows up once an episode, but he shows up.
Hey, we only
he knows things here and there.
Come on now.
He knows things here and there. Okay. All right. Well, now that he's back, we can finally introduce the new segment, which which Andres likes to call the.
They did.
All right. Now that we're back, we're going to introduce the new segment that Andres brought to our attention.
Well, Raheem, you were shit talking Raheem earlier.
Diego, shut up.
Head of the game, brother. We already had this conversation. You weren't there. Yes, so trying to introduce a new segment. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Man, the rust. Shake it off, buddy. Shake it off.
Don't multitask, bud. Multitask.
All right. Well, we're introducing this one to Diego, too, as well as the fans here. Andres brought it to our attention here with the idea. We're calling it the Overreaction Corner. I love that.
Jeez.
Love that.
That was class.
I'll make a whole intro. I'll make a whole intro for it. But
let's go.
But yeah. Overreaction Corner. Welcome to the first edition of the Overreaction Corner, where one of us presents a claim, which typically is meant to be an overreaction, and we just discuss it. The claim today relates to Andres more than any of us, but it's going to be I'm going to say it first. Not a question. It's a claim. West Ham got better after losing Declan Rice. I would have hoped so. That's the claim. That's the overreaction. I'm going to start with Diego. Actually.
Diego's not even paying attention.
Never mind. I'm starting with Andres. Go ahead, Andres. You're the West Ham fan. Give us your opinion.
So I actually brought this segment to the group chat and, it went well. And I brought the claim because, West Ham oriented. But I saw this thing amongst certain West Ham fans saying that we got better after Declan Rice was sold. And I mean, I feel like for a lot of fans, I thought we were the general consensus was that we were going to be screwed and that we were going to lose our best player probably in a very long time. And it was going to be game over. We're going to be back to the relegation side. Everyone was going to want to leave. Now we've made 4 new signings. Kudus, I think is that how you pronounce his name, was announced as an agreement has been made, and he's flying to London today. And tomorrow he will sign the contract during the West Ham Brighton game. So it's I would say yes. I think we got better. I think we looked better. I think we were able to bring in new additions that we were lacking previously. I think Edson Alvarez with his little 10 minutes with Chelsea looked amazing. He looked like he was covering the pitch everywhere. Yes, it was only 10 minutes, but my man was covering ground so quickly. It was crazy with his long ass legs because my man was everywhere. I feel like he covers more ground than Declan Rice in terms of speed wise. I feel like he's a bit quicker in that sense in terms of lateral movement. Not saying that he's better than Declan Rice, just saying that in terms of lateral quickness, I think he's faster. So yeah, that I don't know why, but now I'm all of a sudden an Edson Alvarez fan. Even though I'm a fan of the Mexican national team, wasn't a big fan of him, but now I'm definitely a fan. I'm looking forward to that. James Ward-Prowse though, top class. I was a bit iffy on the signing, but after seeing him play, he looked amazing. And Thomas Suchek, shout out Thomas Suchek. looks great. I thought he was going to look shit without Declan, but he actually looks pretty good.
I were on a topic of new signings. I'm like Thomas
No,
Suchek.
no. I just want to say because I thought he was going to be bad without Declan Rice, but he's looking a lot better. And then with our Lucas Paqueta staying, he looks class, obviously. But I think overall we just look better because it's no longer focused on one individual anymore. It's now spread out all across the pitch now. Because I feel like everyone when we talked about West Ham, it was Declan Rice every single time. It wasn't anybody else. I mean, a few Lucas Paqueta, maybe Jared Bowen, but now it's kind of this whole team now. It's not just one individual person now, it's everybody. And I feel like there's the key standouts, obviously Jared Brown, Lucas Paqueta. Now it's going to be Kudos, and then it's going to be Edson Alvarez. But I feel like it's more of a cohesion now in the sense of, all right, everyone here wants to be here now, and it's time to get the work done, and they're going to work for each other. And they dug in deep against Chelsea, which is a good thing for us because early on in the season, it's a test of character, and they fought for each other, and hopefully we can use that momentum to finally beat Brighton because we never beat them in the Premier League. So hopefully tomorrow we can. We'll see. But
Ever?
Nope. Ever since they've been in the Premier League, we've tied 4, lost every single one. So it's a horrible record. But we'll see if we can win. But I think we did get better, honestly. I was surprised when I saw them play. I wasn't able to watch any preseason games because of how early they were. But we look a lot better than we did last season. So I think, and a lot better than a lot of West Ham fans anticipated. So yeah, I think we'll do pretty good this season based on what I've seen. If we can keep it up, that'd be great. But I feel like our squad depth improved a lot too. And yeah, I think we did get better, personally, from a West Ham perspective. Now on to Elijah. Because I'm skipping Diego for now.
I got thoughts.
Yeah, I think. Okay.
I know.
Good.
I'm glad you do.
No, okay. I forfeited. Diego, tell us your thoughts before the slip over the mind.
Well, no. You. It was your turn, please.
Oh, okay. No, okay. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think they got better. I think, thank God, they should have gotten better. I think if you don't get better after making 100 million, then what are you doing? So I think they definitely did get better. I don't think it's a shock. I think it should be its expectation. But they did get better. I think they definitely look good. They look like they could push. I mean, be a consistent 9th or 10th. That's no dig on West Ham. That's just the rest of the Premier League has also gotten really good. Like a lot of teams have upgraded a lot. So I think West Ham could easily be in that like solid dead center mid-table position. Not saying they can't push higher. It just depends on the other teams, in my opinion. I think the only thing is I would like to see. God damn it, Nicholas Jackson is down. I would like to see West Ham get better at defenders. Good, solid defense. It's just nothing crazy. Aguero's really good. Emerson's okay. Ogbon is okay. It's just like it's a lot of okay. In my opinion, I think you need that one big defender. I think Harry Maguire would have been a good signing for them, to be honest.
Oh, Dino, we got Dino, our Greek wall. Oh, I forgot.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Mavropanos. He's a very good signing. I do like that signing a lot. I don't think they should put all their marbles in his basket. I think they should pick up one better fullback, in my opinion.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree.
But still, definitely a good addition. So they look good. It's just that little bit extra push. I think David Moyes is a class manager. I think he needs to assert himself a little bit more. The reason why Brighton's so good, Aston Villa's so good, Newcastle's so good. I mean, Newcastle the money too, but Newcastle, all those managers have been very good and have their names up in the top class of managers in the Premier League, if not the world. I think David Moyes just to reassert himself in that position. And then West Ham are a very solid side. And if not, then you consider moving on. Because if he doesn't bring you results this year, in my opinion, I think he's gone. I think he should.
Agreed.
Even if that's like an 8th or 9th, that should be what they're aiming for, to be fair. Yeah. So Diego, give us your thoughts, please.
I think I agree with most of the things you said. I mean, I do agree that West Ham should have been better. That doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to be better, because when teams get big cash influxes, they can often panic spend or just oh, this player looks good or that player looks good. And then as someone speaking from a Tottenham team who not just sold Harry Kane now, we're in that process, but when we sold Gareth Bale, we signed I think it was 7 or 9 players, and 2 of them turned out to be even.
Oh, that's right.
good.
I remember that picture.
Erickson turned out to be perfect. Like that was great. Lamela was all right, but other than that, none of the other players ever turned out to be that good. So, as someone speaking who knows like how that can turn out badly, you have to just spend well. I do like Mohamed Kudus a lot. I think he's a great signing. The other ones you mentioned were great, like the left back Panos. Left back? I think so.
No,
center back.
Center back?
Center
My
back.
bad. Center back. But and Edson Alvarez, I mean, I always thought Edson Alvarez was really good. But like doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be better. Because I've seen many times where teams get a big money and then they don't spend it well, and then they wasted a huge opportunity to move themselves up.
Right.
Does Declan Rice hurt? Yeah, it does. It does. Like, let's be honest. Declan Rice is a very, very good player.
Yeah.
But with that being said, as long as you make the rest of the team better, you start making the whole like every individual just like someone's not doing right, you can bring someone else in, and you make that whole team just make it better. It's gonna be overall the net gain is worth it rather than losing one star player.
Agreed. I think Edson is such a good pickup, in my opinion. I love Edson Alvarez.
Shout out Mark Noble for that, because he's the one who sent scouts to do it. He was the one who got the interest in. So Mark Noble, legend on and off the pitch.
Yeah, Edson Alvarez is very good pickup. He isn't Declan Rice by any means, but who's to say he can't get close to the levels that Declan Rice hit with the club?
I mean, also I feel like they're different types of defensive midfielders though, because Declan Rice going more forward, and Edson prefers to stay back. But I mean, that's why you have Paqueta to go up for. But
yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think a CDM like that in Edson is very good right now for what you need. Because, like I said, I mentioned earlier, is the defense to me is the shortcoming of the team, and just to have that little bit of help instead of having a DM that goes forward, and not to say Declan didn't like come back or track back or anything, which he definitely did, but just to have that one guy who's always going to be there. That's what I prefer in a team. If I was building a team. But all right, so we got that out of the way. That was the first segment of our new segment, or the first episode of our new segment, Overreaction Corner. Thank you, Andres, for the idea. We'll have more. We're gonna try to do one every episode, so we'll post that in our episode. We'll post that individually as well, like every other video. But we're gonna move on to our last and final topic today: the Ballon d'Or rankings, or the Ballon d'Or winner will be announced. I forget exactly when, but like somewhat soon, to the point where we can talk about it. Hotly debated on football Twitter, and I've seen many a time. But before saying any reason why, I'm gonna ask both of you in order. I'll let you know when. Just give me the name. Nothing else. Just give me the name of who you think should be winning it. Starting with Diego.
Yeah.
Did he cut out? No, you cut out for me. I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Okay. All right, we're talking about Ballon d'Or winners, the Ballon d'Or winner. I'm going to ask both of you who should win. Just give me the name. Don't give me why. I'll get to why after. Okay. Just give me the name. All right. Diego, go ahead first.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
That's Andres? A shout, though. I mean, I got to go Holland.
Oh, okay. I'm going Messi, so... I'm very happy we all went three different things there. The top three, of course. All right, perfect. That makes for such a better video.
I should have gone Declan Rice. Imagine.
All right, okay. Take it.
So stupid.
All right, we'll go in order again. Diego, give me why you think Kevin De Bruyne should have the Ballon d'Or award.
I think, and this is okay for Messi's sake. I'm going to start with addressing your two, because I think those two are the two obvious ones. For Messi, the reason why is just because I think once you get to the MLS, it just hurts. It just hurts. And I know he had a great World Cup, and I know you're probably going to be talking about you further again. I don't know if you're hearing me.
Excuse me. He won the Leagues Cup, bro.
He won the Leagues Cup. And he undoubtedly is still one of the best players in the world. That doesn't change that. Holland, it was very good. But I can't say he's the best player in the world. I just don't. I can't see. He's the best finisher maybe in the world, but I can't say he's the best player. I can't see him calling him that yet. He's not there yet for me as a player all around.
He had the best season though. You got to look at it that way. He had the best season.
He had a crazy season, but there were just too many games where I think he just wasn't in it. He would score a crazy amount of goals in one game, and then another game he could just not be in it. I
I think
also
one thing too with Holland is he can't do anything in finals. He has not proven himself in finals. That goes a long way in terms of reputation as a player.
that is true.
Fair.
I mean that like this is where I go Kevin De Bruyne. He has been the best midfielder in the Premier League for the past I don't know how long. 5 years, maybe
I'd say
more.
4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is going to go down as one of the. He's going in people's all-time Premier League 11s already, which I think is fair. He's that good of a player. He's probably the best playmaker behind Messi right now, and he does everything. Yes, offensively, he's up there as one of the great offensive players right now. But he also hopes that defensively he tracks back. He can do the work the whole midfield, and he's the star player. Let's be honest, he's still the star player ahead of Holland in that City team that won the treble last season. Which is, if any team wins a treble, I think automatically have to look at one of their players as the Ballon d'Or winner. So legitimately, I'm going to Kevin De Bruyne. I think Rodri is a close second for me. I think Rodri is phenomenal, but I go Kevin De Bruyne just because Kevin De Bruyne is. I think he deserves to get a Ballon d'Or. He's that good. He's that good of a player. He's going to go down as an all-time great. He's that good, and I think he deserves it. He had like 16 assists again last season. The Prem 15 assists, which is actually very very good, and we're just used to it because that's just what he does. He just drops those kind of numbers. And so I'm going to go Kevin De Bruyne, but you asked me my second, it's actually Rodri too. I think Rodri was phenomenal, and he was clutch in the Champions League final as well. But besides that, yeah.
Rodri's a good shout. It's just Rodri's it's that kind of player where he would never get it, you know?
Yeah, he would never.
Similar to like a goalkeeper. Like,
yeah.
They're never going to win
yeah, that's why I'm going De Bruyne.
Which sucks, like, yeah. De Bruyne's a good shout. All right, Andres, give me Holland.
Holland, I mean, he broke the record. I mean, I feel like on a lot of games, no one could really stop him. Yes, he didn't show up in certain games, but that happens. It happens as a player. Some games isn't your game, and sometimes you don't get the service that you need. But I mean, overall, some of the goals he scored were ridiculous that are hard to recreate. And he just looked good. Like every time you face City, you're like, "Fuck, it's Holland. He's bound to score at least one, or if you're lucky, none. But someone else is gonna score." It's the threat of Holland just having him there in the team is scary. And yeah, De Bruyne is a shout. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's a shout and a half.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Holland just because of the pure the records he set, and just how good he looked in the first season and the season overall. If we're looking at that season, he was the best player. And then yes, you can look at Messi, but we're winning the World Cup. But it's a team effort at the end of the day. He didn't put Argentina on his back. It was a whole team effort, a collective effort, and everyone deserved to win that because they all played together great. So that's my argument against Messi. But yeah, I think Holland should win it. I can't really argue De Bruyne because that's a great shout. Can't really argue against it.
I think me personally, at least for Holland, I know a lot of people have to suffer with this, and I definitely do too, is the situation he's in. It makes it so hard to be like Holland. Holland is really good. Very good. Best striker in the Prem. One of the best strikers in the world. But because we're saying De Bruyne is also, like, should win it, it's really hard to say that Holland is, like, the best player there. Because, like okay, so it's hard because Messi at Barca, you knew he was the best player. He was surrounded by amazing players. You knew he was the best player. Ronaldo, best player at Real Madrid. You, like I said, surrounded by most of the world's top players. You knew he was the best player. You knew he was that guy. With Holland, it's easy to argue it, but also hard to argue it. You know, one could say it and you wouldn't say no. And you can say he's not, and you wouldn't necessarily say no because of De Bruyne, right? So for me, it's like there's no bias wouldn't be the word. It's just really hard because he's not the player to everyone. It's hard to give him the credit that is due. Like the same thing with me. I acknowledge it. It's still hard. It's like it's a mental thing, you know. It's hard to give him the whole thing, because he's not the guy. To some people he is, some people he isn't. And like I said, you can't really argue either point. So for me, that's why it's harder for me to give it to Holland. I think if he does the same thing this year, then it's a no brainer. Messi, for me, World Cup best player, didn't really get at PSG, but it was marred down by stupid fans, and whatever other problems he had at PSG. De Bruyne, like you said, Andres, it's hard to argue that. I can't really not argue. I can't really say no.
There's never a game where he wasn't like there.
He's just there. The only thing with De Bruyne is his injury sometimes takes away from the season. Like right now, unfortunately,
luckily it's early though. He can recover.
Yeah. But so like, you can't really argue De Bruyne. So to me, De Bruyne and Leo Messi should be the top two. Haaland third for me. But all good shouts. If you're at this point in the video, let us know in the comments. We want to know who you think should win the Ballon d'Or.
For the sake to end the debate, let's just say Messi wins, so Ronaldo fans can shut up. So they'll be tied.
Okay. Fair. Messi. We were beating the Messi fanboy allegations for a while, and now we're back here.
Well, technically just you, but I just thought about it right now, and I was like,
well,
you know what?
Said that. I was fine.
Ronaldo fanboys just piss me off. So like, it's just like, you know what? Have them tied, and then we already know who the real GOAT is. But you know what? If we really want to get into that, I just wanted to.
Well, that's another debate for another time for the retirements. But I guess we're gonna cap it there. Episode 16. If you got to this point, let us know if you enjoyed the video by liking the video. Subscribe if you want to see more episodes. Like I said, we'll release each different topic as their own segments throughout the next week or so. Hopefully we'll get a chance to record next week. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your footballing weekend that's occurring maybe as you watch this. Chelsea are winning 1-0, so I'm enjoying it so far. But make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, all those things. Help us grow the channel. Because we're almost at 400. Get us there, please.
Woo.
Yeah, 6 away. So that's about it. We'll see you guys next week or next video, whatever comes first for you guys. And peace.